Now stay with us. We're coming back to Carver Arena here at the Peoria Civic Center as we have an opportunity here to set the table for the big game later on tonight. And we'll have an opportunity before we get to the big game to talk to two gentlemen that have been so significant in helping out the high school associations both nationally and locally. And what would be the biggest topic that people are talking about on a national scale that affects all high schools, particularly here in Illinois?
Well, I think basically the rededication of the purpose of the true spirit of high school sports and the contributions that they make to young people. It's really significant for us to get that message out to the general public in this nation.
It seems to be working. The great sportsmanship award that David Fry's instituted here in Illinois has really helped a great deal.
No question. And it's an event like this that heightens that and brings it to the fore. I have to congratulate David and his staff, his board, his membership for supporting this, and certainly the Peoria community who've truly gotten behind this. When one goes through this particular event, one sees a constant activity for all participants in this, not just the teams and the team members, but truly it becomes an experience for the fans to come here for this.
Well, David, having the National Federation of High Schools here to watch the great show that you and your staff are putting on, it's got to make you feel awfully proud.
Well, it does, Joe. We appreciate Bob and his leadership, and we're absolutely thrilled to have him join us.
Now, tell us what has really struck you now that it's sunk in, at least a couple days, you've had a chance to experience the experience of March Madness here in Peoria now.
The additions to the tradition. March Madness is back for real in Illinois. I don't know how you can describe it any better than that.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, Bob, but is there another high school association that has this kind of NBA All-Star Weekend, NC2A Final Four weekend, like the IHSA now has in Illinois?
I would say there's absolutely none across this nation, which is why I'm very, very pleased and proud to be here.
Well, it's great to be right in the middle of the action, isn't it, for a championship game? The guys come running out here, and we've got high school basketball to talk about. Gentlemen, congratulations, all the work you're doing on a national basis, and right here, we're seeing it happen in Illinois, and what a great experience it is for all of us. Bob, thanks so much. David, thank you very much. All right, and we're coming back here to Carver Arena because the biggest event of all, the reason why this whole experience is taking place, the Class AA Basketball Championship, Thornton and Peoria Manual are back again, and we're back after these local messages.
1994, Peoria Manual awaits the end of a new championship, the beginning of a new era. With deep breaths and sighs of relief, a last-second Carbondale prayer goes unanswered, and the Rams begin their celebration of a state basketball title. As they strip away the past, flex their muscles for all in Illinois to marvel at. Of a new championship, the beginning of a new era. With deep breaths and sighs of relief, a last-second Carbondale prayer goes unanswered, and the Rams begin their celebration of a state basketball title. As they strip away the past, flex their muscles for all in Illinois to marvel at. 1995, same place, same story. This time a young Thornton team can't keep up with the Rams. Dick Van Syak looks on, enjoying his first year of retirement for his protege, Wayne McLean, and the kids. 1996, it's Manuel and Thornton again, and Melvin Eli blocks the Rams' path to another crown. Manuel and Thornton again.
We are back live at Carver Arena in the downtown Peoria Civic Center. The moment everyone's been waiting for, the boys Class AA Championship, the #1 ranked and unbeaten Thornton Wildcats against the Peoria Manual Rams at 30-2, the two-time defending state champions.
And top of the evening to all of you out there. Again, Joe Passion back with you here as we set the table for the championship game. A championship game unlike any other before it. The first time in IHSA history, the same two teams are repeated in the championship game. Now let's take a look at those semifinal results that were played earlier today. In the first game, it was Manual having to fight its way in the second half for a 53-41 win over New Trier, and then Westinghouse battling with Thornton, but Thornton got the best of them when it counted also in the second half, ran away in the third quarter with this 15-point win, 69-54. Now, as for the Thornton Wildcats, they are a team that have been #1 all year, unbeaten, were the runners-up to Manual last year. We talk a little bit about them and their home of Harvey, Illinois, in the south suburbs of Chicago, as we take a look through our country company's Main Street video.
Thornton Township High School is synonymous with March Madness, having won state titles in 1933 and 1966. Harvey, Illinois is home to Thornton, as well as Ingalls Memorial Hospital, comedian Tom Dreesen, and the legendary Lou the Good Kid Boudreaux, who has an entire room in his honor at Thornton High School. The Wildcats hope this is the year they add more hardware to the trophy case.
Well, as for Peoria, it's almost like we don't need a video because we've seen so much of it already this weekend. But another opportunity to look at Peoria and the opportunities that they've given us visually this weekend, as shown here in our country company's Main Street video of Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria, the state tournament's new home, will be at a fever pitch this weekend. This Illinois river town of about 120,000 is home, among other things, to the Class A baseball Peoria Chiefs, the University of Illinois Medical Center, and Caterpillar. If the Rams win this year's AA tournament, they will have won 3 in a row, tying East St. Louis Lincoln's mark set back in 1989.
These are the two teams we've all been waiting for, the same two teams as last year. What's the result going to be? Well, that's why we're here. So stay with us and we'll all find out who is indeed #1 after tonight in Class AA boys basketball in Illinois. It's Manual and Thornton again, and we're back again with the preview of today's game following this word from our network sponsors, the makers of my Ford Explorer, Ford. To set the table for our championship game, we've got at center court Dan Roan and Kenny McReynolds for more of our preview of Thornton and Manual.
All right, Joe Passion, thank you very much. You know, part of what makes March Madness so fascinating to people in the state of Illinois is that Cinderella story that crops up from time to time. You go back to 1952, Hebron upsets Quincy to win a state championship. 1964, the Cobden Apple Knockers make the championship game. Well, tonight in Peoria, we don't have anything resembling anything like a Cinderella story. We've got Ford and General Motors tonight, two of the very elite programs in Illinois, Kenny, Thornton and Peoria Manual.
And they're the top two teams, Dan, #1 versus #2. This is the matchup everybody wanted to see. This is the matchup we have.
We'll start with the Thornton Wildcats, undefeated this season, ranked #4 in the country by USA Today, and #1 in the state all season long. A very disciplined, very talented team, led by the man in the middle.
Well, Melvin Eli has had an outstanding tournament, 15 points per contest, 9 rebounds, but when he is on the floor, everything seems to go Thornton's way. When he's on the bench, they lose momentum. Look at the way he can put the ball to the floor. He's smooth, he's silky, he's all arms and legs, and he is truly, truly one of the best players in the state.
Averaging only 12 points a game, he's played much more a dominant role in this tournament in Peoria this weekend. Right now, let's head back to Joe Passion for a moment. He's standing by with Thornton head coach Rocky Hill.
Thanks very much, guys. Rocky, you've talked about the pressure all year long, but you've overcome that pressure to get back to the championship game. What is your major concern going up against Manual again?
Well, whether or not we're going to play our game. I mean, if we play Thornton basketball and if our kids do the things they've been taught to do, we'll be okay. You just never know which team's going to show up. If my team comes to play, I'll put them up against anybody in the country.
Well, you're doing that tonight. Great luck. It should be an excellent game. We look forward to it, Rocky.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We're going to send it back over to Dan Roan for more preview of our big game here tonight.
Okay, Joe, you know, frankly, Kenny, I think the pressure seems to be weighing more heavily on Coach Hill than it is on his players. They're loose and ready to go.
Oh, yeah, the guys are very loose, but Rocky has a lucky purple suit on, so anything can happen tonight.
Well, if anybody's used to the state championship game pressure, it's the Rams of Peoria Manual.
And, you know, this is the first time they've had to play here in the state championship game, so I think the pressure will be on the Rams because they're expected to do well on their home floor.
Well, this is their third consecutive trip, and you will hear the name McLean spoken many times during the broadcast tonight.
Well, the coach and the son, Sergio McLean, what a game he had this morning. 17 points per contest in the tournament, 5 rebounds. He's playing on a sprained ankle. But if his ankle is sprained, I think everybody should have an injured ankle. Look at the interception by Sergio. He's only a junior. He goes coast to coast, a little shake and bake move right there. He looks pretty healthy to me. He had a great afternoon. He's the coach's son. I think he has to have a big game tonight for the Peoria Manual Rams.
Just a terrific matchup tonight. 2 second-year coaches, one with a record of 61-2, the other with a record of 60-4. It doesn't get any better than this. It's Thornton and Peoria Manual for the state championship here from Peoria. We're back with the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this.
It's Thornton and Manual again and again for the third straight year. Wayne McLean's back in the championship game. Your overall thoughts in taking this team on again? You know how talented they are, and of course, how talented your club is.
Well, you know, Thornton's a great basketball team, and they're well organized. Rocky Hill does a great job with them. We're going to have to play awful well to beat them, but our kids have met all challenges all year, so I expect it to be a good basketball game.
Go get them, Coach. I do too.
Thank you.
Wayne McLean and Dan Roan, pick it up. It's all yours.
All right, Joe, time to meet the starting lineups for the championship game, and we go to our public address announcer, Steve Adams.
Starting lineups for tonight's state championship game featuring the Wildcats of Thornton Township High School of Harvey, entering this game with a record of 31-0, and the Rams of Peoria Manual, who come into this game with a record of 30-2. At forward for Thornton, a 6'4" junior, number 44, Eric Herring. And at forward for Manual, a 6'4" junior, number 40, Sergio McLean. At the other forward for the Wildcats, 6'4" and a junior, 32, Napoleon Harris. And at the other forward for Manual, a 6'4" senior, number 10, Khalil Gayton. At center for Thornton, a 6'10" junior, number 33, Melvin Eli. And at center for Manual, a 6'8" junior, number 52, Marcus Griffin. At one of the guards for the Wildcats, a 5'10" junior, number 11, Antoine Randall L. And at guard for the Rams, a 6'3" sophomore, number 30, Frankie Williams. At the other guard for Thornton, a 5'11" senior, 23, Maurice Scott. And at the other guard for Manual, a 5'8" senior, 32, Tim Caldwell. And introducing the coaches in this championship game, from Thornton of Harvey in his second season, Rocky Hill. And for Peoria Manual in his second season as the head coach, Wayne McLean.
All right, we've introduced the starters to you. There's Wayne McLean, ready for his third consecutive championship game, second as a head coach at Peoria Manual. The matchups look like this, and you look up at the front court and see things pretty much equal and on down the line. In the middle, Eli with the height advantage over Griffin and some experience edge as well there, but with not much to choose between these two ball clubs, Kenny.
Yeah, this really should be an evenly matched basketball game. Don't be surprised if it's just like the third place game, goes right down to the wire.
Team comparisons brought to you by American Eagle Cargo. When you need your package delivered today, not tomorrow, call 1-800-CARGO-AA. And the officials for tonight's game, Dick Dietz and Don Cobb, and we're just about ready to go. Peoria Manual has fought its way through the upper part of the bracket to the championship game. Manual wearing white trimmed in orange, and the Thornton Wildcats of Harvey from the bottom end of the bracket wearing road purple with white numbers. Thornton moving to your left, Manual to your right. The state championship game is underway. Straight up man-to-man defense by Peoria Manual.
Nice pick, and then Melvin Eli rolled to the bucket, but he didn't get the ball.
Eric Herring, tough pass for Harris, the handle blocked inside by Griffin.
Nice block by the big guy. Now he has to stay out of foul trouble, Dan. The first 2 games down here, he's been in foul trouble. See, I think I would take it right at Eli. Eli has been foul prone this tournament.
Back in shot not there, rebound, and a good one by Maurice Scott. Great matchups, individual matchups all over the floor. Scott and the sophomore Frankie Williams, Tim Caldwell, Antoine Randall L. The big guys inside, and keep an eye on Napoleon Harris and Sergio McLean at the forward spot.
Nice screen and roll.
Very nice, and the roll to the basket. And the first hoop of this game goes to Thornton. Napoleon Harris, who had such a good game in the semifinals this afternoon.
Well, he set that pick, Dan, and then just rolled to the bucket. Got the ball and the bucket.
Leo Gaten, between the legs, dribble out front. Eric Herring has him. Gaten from a wild shot.
I think he forced that one.
A little bit out of Peoria's offense there. Rebound to the Wildcats. Played almost 2 minutes, no touches yet for Melvin Eli on either end of the floor.
Well, I think that would change.
Griffin turnaround shot, a little short. There's a rebound for Eli. He may not get a hand on all those shots, Kenny, but you always know he's there.
He makes you alter quite a few. See, at the top of the key there, he set the pick, but he didn't screen to the basket. He didn't roll it, he set the pick, but he didn't go to the bucket. Do you want McLean handling the basketball out here? You better believe it, because he can do so many things with it. He showed that earlier today.
Bad ankle or not, he can do it. Off the dribble or down on the block. As that unorthodox three-point look by Caldwell, not there. Griffin, nice rebound on the offensive end, and they reset the offense. McLean's first shot won't go in. Tip, no, another one no good. Look at Griffin work the board, but he lost it out of bounds.
Lost it out of bounds. Good inside position by Griffin.
7th championship game appearance for Thornton, a new record, the #1 team in the state, #4 in the country. Steal by Manual in its 6th championship game appearance, and there's 2.
Well, Manual gets on the board. Here's another steal.
Good look inside by McLean to Gaten.
Now see, that gets the crowd involved now, Dan. They get the crowd involved, they get a couple of steals and a couple of buckets.
Right back, Eric Herring, sweet move up and under.
Boy, and he took it right to the big guy. He was not intimidated by Griffin.
Gaten, strong to the basket.
And he wasn't intimidated by Eli. He took it right to Eli. Got that baseline.
I guess the feeling out process is over early. Eli, short baseline jumper in.
Boy, he does that as well as any big guy I've seen, Dan, in high school. He can really hit that short baseline jumper.
McLean, that's a 3. Sergio McLean, not a three-point artist. 28% shooter from beyond the arc during the regular season, but I'll tell you what, he's hit 3 or 4 of them in the tournament so far, and that was big. Eric Herring going for the jamming offensive foul.
You know, he got by McLean, then he got carried away.
A timeout called with 3:49 to go in the first. We're off to a great start in Peoria. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies. Well, tonight's championship telecast is being brought to you by Country Companies Insurance. When it matters most, the country's behind you. And tonight's DeKalb Scholar Athlete Award goes to Napoleon Harris of Thornton High School. Grade point average of 3.3, a young man you'll be seeing plenty of next year, as well as in this game tonight. Only a junior and having a great tournament. Scholar Athlete Award brought to you by DeKalb, earning our way on more of your acres.
Well, the pace has really picked up, Dan. The feeling out process, as you said, is over. They're really going at it.
Over and over early.
And the crowd is really enjoying it.
Packed house here at the Carver Arena. Not a seat to be had here tonight. Griffin thinking about a shot. Let it go and hit it. Marcus Griffin's first basket.
You take the big guy away from the basket. He's not afraid to put it up. You would think they would want him to stay down low. They have numbers.
He slipped. He did.
Yeah, he slipped.
Had Eli on the baseline, but lost his footing, and that's 4 turnovers now against Thornton.
But they had numbers. They were 3-on-2.
Sophomore Frankie Williams.
They need to reset this. They were all jammed up.
And McLean trying to post on the block with too much traffic in there. Leo Gayton pulls up. Jump shot is in. Boy, Gayton off to a quick start. He got 3 baskets already.
He had a good afternoon session also.
(13-6) Manuel. Ball knocked up in the air and out of bounds. Come on, Kenny, don't be gun shy on me now.
Hey, I'm gun shy. After yesterday, I'm out of here. Okay, here's the zone now. Oh, gets that baseline.
And a nice running jumper by Maurice Scott down on the baseline makes it 13-8.
Got his man up in the air with a head fake. Look at the big guys down on the blocks. Look at Griffin.
Griffin wants it against Eli.
Look at he's manhandling Eli down low.
And a foul called. A battle on the block with the 2 big men really going at it.
They are really going at it, and I think Eli has to be careful because he may get a technical. Look at these 2 guys go. Push a little, push a little, push, shove, shove, push. Watch the elbow, a little elbow, a body. I mean, a lot of contact. Look at these 2 guys go at it. And there's your foul.
Gayton jump ball. Eric Herring got a hand on it. Alternate possession goes to Peoria Manuel. Nice defensive work by Eric Herring.
You know, I really have to give credit to the 2 officials, Dan. They let the 2 big guys push and shove a little bit, but they had to get it under control and stop it.
Griffin.
Oh, what a soft touch.
Got a man up ahead. It's Eric Herring, and he was looking at the basket and not the basketball.
That's exactly what happened. He took his eye off the ball. That's the 5th turnover for Thornton. You have to catch it first.
Rocky Hill is splendid in his purple suit tonight, hoping it's a victory suit, but so far, Peoria Manuel's had the better of it. 1.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter, 13-8, the Rams in front, but a steal by Harris, and he's gonna go. Oh, he's pulled down by McLean.
Going for the basketball, not an intentional foul.
2 free throws coming up.
And that's okay. You don't mind making a young man earn it from the line. Good steal in the passing lane, Napoleon Harris. Now he goes to the other basket. McLean decides to give him a hard whack upside the head, but he was going for the basketball. Boy, that was such a hard brick. It broke up the slam cam.
Do not adjust your set. Oh, that was soft, but it wouldn't go either. So Harris misses 2, and the lead holds at 5 for Peoria Manuel. Frankie Williams not there. Tip no good. Batted out by Thornton. Caldwell runs it down. There's that three again.
And rebounded.
Frankie Williams, the sophomore. Sophomore and 2 junior starters on the Peoria Manual side, and 4 juniors and a senior on the other side. Baseline jumper in. Griffin's feeling it tonight.
Oh, does he have a nice soft touch or what? 6'8", 200 pounds. He looks taller than 6'8" to me.
Double dribble, the call. You're right. 6 turnovers now against Thornton.
Well, I think Thornton came away with the break that time because Napoleon Harris also hooked. I thought he could have been called for an offensive foul.
They beat the press, trying to dump it down inside to Griffin, but he kicked it out of bounds.
I don't think he can pass the ball that low to Griffin. He's too tall.
Some schools that won the state championship playing in their hometowns. Bloomington did it in 1910, Champaign in 46, Peoria Manual, maybe. Harris looked off and put it in.
He looked his man off. That's a nice move by Napoleon Harris.
4 points in the game for him, a 10-point lead. Time running down. Who's going to get the basketball here?
I think Eli got a piece of that one.
He did, and that'll do it for quarter number 1. Peoria Manual getting some hot shooting from the 6'8" junior Marcus Griffin. Goes to the bench with a 5-point lead, and one of your network sponsors is Pepsi. Championship telecast being brought to you by your local Pepsi-Cola bottler and Mountain Dew. Just do the do. And don't forget to drop by the IHSA website, previews, and which are pretty much out of date at this point, I should say. But all the stat roundups of all the AA games, including the championship tilt here. And there's your internet address for the IHSA website.
Wrap it up, boy. I think he had to get Melvin Eli more involved, man. He's only touched the ball once on offense, now twice. Nice dump down pass, take it up strong. This is an offensive rebound.
Harris squeezed it in there over Griffin. Napoleon Harris has 6 points.
You see what happens when Eli just touches the basketball.
And a steal, near steal. Herring fouled from behind by Gayton, and that's a turnover.
Big turnover. Here's our first quarter stats. Thornton shooting 55%, but they only, 5 out of 9. Manual put up 16 shots. Turnovers, big difference.
Turnovers and the points off. Manual, 16 shots in the first quarter. Thornton just not getting enough looks. Herring on the cut through the lane. He's got Sergio McLean with him.
Reverse, started over.
Knocked away and stolen. Frankie Williams tried to get it to McLean, re-stolen by Harris. Well, Napoleon Harris all over the place in the first half. Herring going to pull up and score.
Well, here comes Thornton.
Frankie Williams beat the trap at the 10-second line. In traffic, lost it. Numbers if they hurry.
Stutter step.
Got going to take it in, erased by Griffin, but followed up and in by Antoine Randall L.
Well, I think everybody saw the block by Griffin and just stood around and watched it.
Thornton has retaken the lead, and a foul called on Eric Herring. Trying to put that backcourt pressure on the Manual guards, but Thornton has jumped out of the gate here in the second quarter.
Watch the block by Griffin. He comes over, good weak side defense, good help. Everybody just stood around, though. Nobody went after the basketball, except for Thornton.
Marshall Dunnigan checks into the Manual lineup, 5'10" senior, replacing Frankie Williams. That's the first sub on either side tonight. Griffin outside his range in the corner.
Well, you don't want him to dribble.
Well, look at Eli come right out to the timeline with him.
Put the pressure on him. You know he's not a good dribbler.
McLean.
Well, look at Eli holding.
Sergio McLean's been quiet. Griffin. Eli got a piece. Manual rebound up and in. It's Dunnigan just off the bench. He's in the book, and it's 17-16 Manual back in front.
Good move by Dunnigan to follow up that shot. Dangerous pass.
Off the hands of Scott. Here goes Tim Caldwell. Gayton lost it. Double dribble and a good call.
See, you know what happened, Dan? He wasn't anticipating that pass. I think Gayton was the most surprised person in the arena that he got that pass. Now here's the steal. Great anticipation, a dangerous cross-court pass. But now watch this pass. Gayton didn't know he was going to get it. There's your double dribble.
Eli, the ball fake in the baseline. Melvin Eli going to the foul line.
Eli likes that baseline. You get him the basketball on the baseline, he can do so many different things. He can shoot it. He can put the ball on the floor extremely well for a guy 6'10".
Substitution for Thornton. Timon Holloway into the game, replacing Eric Herring, and Frankie Williams coming back for Manual. Tim Caldwell is going to get a break. Melvin Eli, 2 free throws. Only 1 basket for the big man so far tonight. 53% free throw shooter heading into the tournament.
A little bit long. 2 fouls on McLean.
Missed them both. Thornton runs down the rebound, though.
Good hustle.
Holloway up and in, his first shot of the game.
Good movement without the basketball by Holloway, Dan, as he flashed to the basketball.
Ball almost stolen. Gayton had it knocked away again. Finally out front, Dunnigan off the fake. His 16-footer is in.
He got Eli up in the air, then he went in another foot or 2, comes away with the bucket.
Dunnigan with 2 hoops. Back and forth we go.
Just like we thought it would be.
Maurice Scott rims out, rebound Griffin.
Notice the way Griffin kept that ball up high. Travel.
Turnovers starting to pile up on both sides. That's 8 turnovers against the Rams. 4:13 for the opening half. Manual protecting a 1-point lead, and we're back to Peoria after these local messages. Tonight's championship telecast being brought to you by your local Ford dealer. See your local Ford dealer today, and you'll see why there's more to afford. Part of the big crowd tonight, Jerry Hester, the Illini forward, former Manual star, here to cheer his alma mater on to what he hopes will be a state championship. Last time it happened, 3 titles in a row, East St. Louis Lincoln, the only team to have done it. And number 1 against number 2 in the final. That was 1950, 46 years ago. Another turnover against Thornton as Holloway shuffled the feet.
Okay, now they're going into pressure. They're going to pressure the basketball.
Trying to change the pace a little bit. 1918 Manual. Rams have the basketball inside 4 minutes for the first half. Gayton, tough shot under pressure, couldn't get it.
Very tough shot. Good job of blocking out. Nothing but purple shirts around the ball.
Holloway. It's in. It's 3.
Off the bench.
Timon Holloway with 5 points in the quarter. Thornton back in front by a deuce. Griffin almost walked that time.
Close.
Or McLean, I should say. Here's Griffin.
Does he have a nice touch or what, Dan? You could bring him out away from the basket And if Eli comes with them, then they do a really good job of taking Eli away from the basket. Have to stop the basketball. Look at Eli.
Eli hammered. That'll be foul number 2 on Griffin.
Boy, it looked like Eli had the wind knocked out of him. Did you notice the way he bent over right away? He was really hammered. There's not a lot of meat to Melvin Eli.
No, he's a little bit on the frail side. We've seen him take a couple of body shots during the course of the weekend already.
He's listed at 194. Hey, was this fun? My man, Tyron Triplett, St. Martin de Porres, won the three-point contest. Country Company's King of the Hill.
He'd already won it when he backed up and made the final shot from 35 feet. Little drama to the close there. St.
Why
Martin
not?
de Porres. Frankie Williams rises up.
Look at that offensive board.
Dunnigan. Marshall Dunnigan at 5'10", in amid all those big guys, able to get the board. He's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, he was able to get inside position.
23-22 Manual. Back and forth we go. Eli. The fake.
Travel.
Sure did. Didn't make the decision.
He didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't know if he wanted to shoot it right away, catch it, turn and shoot, or put it to the floor and try to get the baseline.
10 Thornton turnovers in the first half. Williams low. That should be a double dribble.
Look out.
Griffin smashed it because the defense rested. Everybody thought it was a double dribble on Williams.
See, that's why you don't stop playing until the whistle blows. The entire Thornton team stopped.
And they were right. Holloway made one from there a moment ago. Circles Scott off a bit. His shot too hard. Eli up and down for the rebound.
Jump ball.
And the two big guys wind up with 4 hands on it.
Eli did a great job keeping the ball alive, and Marcus Griffin just came in and decided, hey, I'll take that, and he ties it up. Now watch Eli after the missed shot. He did a great job, Dan, keeping it alive. Tip. Actually had the basketball, then Griffin just came in and snatched it away.
Charles Russell checks in for Peoria. Right now, let's check in with Joe Passion.
Something about Thornton that a lot of people may have read about, may have not. When Rocky Hill talks about the pressures that he's had off the court, those pressures, those trials and tribulations. Remember now, you had Napoleon Harris's father died recently during the season. You had the controversy surrounding the alleged agent who allegedly sent rumors about Eli and Harris and a couple other players that might have left the school, caused all sorts of problems. And the community that wants number 1 or wants a new coach. Rocky Hill feels that pressure, and I think he's going to be very relieved no matter what the outcome is tonight.
Good point, Joe. It has been a long season for Rocky Hill, even though his team has pretty much steamrolled through its schedule. Really almost unchallenged all the way through.
Well, he deserves a long-term deal at Thornton. I can't believe he's on a year-to-year deal. They gave him a 1-year deal last year, a 1-year deal this season. Now Thornton has to get into it. Less than 10. Get into your play now. Oh, he's wide open.
To the corner. Scott didn't shoot it though. Now he tries one up over the big man. No good.
What a tip.
Eli's tip as the horn goes off. So Melvin Eli checks in at the buzzer. And they go to the locker room separated by 1 point. It's just like we thought it would be, Kenny McReynolds. At halftime, Peoria Manual 25. Thornton 24.
What a first half. We knew it would be close, a 1-point difference. They've done a great job, both teams. And again, I think they need to get Melvin Eli a little bit more involved, Dan.
25-24, your halftime score, and we'll return right after this. One of your network sponsors, the dairy farm families of Illinois and Wisconsin. In Peoria, we're at halftime of the AA Boys Championship basketball game. It's 25-24, Manual on top, and right now Joe Passion standing by with Thornton coach Rocky Hill.
Coach, tell us a little bit about what's coming up in the locker room. A big finish for you. How do you keep the momentum in the second half?
We're making way too many turnovers. I mean, it's the same thing with us. I mean, our kids just handle the basketball so carelessly. It's just ridiculous, unforced turnovers. Really, we handle that press, and then we get it down and turn it over on the offensive end. I mean, right now, that's the difference in the ball game.
All right, Coach, go get him. We look forward to the second half. Rocky Hill and his Thornton Ball Club with a big finish toward the end and the lead here at the break.
Okay, Joe, thank you very much. Again, the halftime score, 25-24, Manual, leading Thornton by 1, and we're back after these local messages.
Here at the break of our Boys Class AA Basketball Championship game, the same two teams of last year, and it's staying just as tight as it was a year ago, just as competitive. Joe Passion back with you, and one of the things that we're going to talk about is we see the 3rd and 4th place trophies being given out here at center court on the Carver Arena floor, the new site of the new experience of March Madness. And it's interesting to note that in 1952, that was the very first year that these championships were actually televised. And of course, what a historical year for that to take place. That was the year that Tiny Ebron won the state championship, the smallest school at that time. And here's some footage. Now you look at number 4, that's Paul Judson. His brother Phil is off camera, but these two twins, the Judson twins, as they're known so famously from the 1952 Hebron Championship, were known so well. In fact, as we look at Paul waving to the crowd there at Old Huff Gym, and boy, what a sight that had to be. And now, still looking almost as young and spry that you could do it again, the other twin, Phil Judson's with me here today.
Well, thanks for the compliment, Joe. Real nice to be here.
You know, you saw the great changes from Huff Gym to Assembly Hall in Champaign, and now here to this new arena. What does being in Peoria tell you? What do you feel?
Well, I'll tell you, this is like Huff Gym. I haven't been this close to the championship floor, seen a championship game since Huff Gym, and it's ideal. It fills the place up where Assembly Hall wasn't filled up, and it brings the crowd into the game. And I think the players and coaches, it adds to the game. That's where we want it.
What do you think about the experience March Madness? Have you been to the exhibition hall and seen all the fabulous things that are there?
Yep, we've been over there, and of course my boy Rob, he coaches at Brett, his assistant coach. He had his little boy over there shooting baskets. I right along with him.
You know, there's so many new things going on here now, Phil. The contemporary tradition of basketball is being placed now, but the old traditions are also being placed. We look up into the rafters here at Carver Arena, and the big banners there, thanks to our country companies, Zenith and Ford, that have helped us. Remember the old sign they used to have up there?
I sure do. That was a great experience to look up and see it. Of course, back in Huff at that time, they had lights that blinked on and off. The two teams that were playing blinked on and off, and of course, who won, that light stayed lit.
The other aspect, too, I got to ask you before we let you go, is the fact that 1952, your magical season, was also the first time that the magic of television captured what happened out of the state tournament. What was the overall reaction you saw at that time?
Well, we've heard so many people say we wouldn't have had a television if it weren't for you people. We went down and bought a television so we could see the game on TV.
Well, what a great way to celebrate the new technician of new technology of television.
That's right, Jim. It sure was. It was sure good for TV for us, too.
It was a great game for anyone to see, whether they saw it live or on black and white television screens at the time.
Still black and white at that time, you're right, but a little color, it does make it a little lot better.
Well, Phil, great to see you. You look great. Glad to hear everything's going so well, and glad to have you out here again as always.
Oh, good. I'm retired. I'm really enjoying life. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Phil Judson, of course, of the Judson twins of Hebron, and what a great thing to see. And all the tradition, all the former players and coaches that are out here in the arena watching today's game in 1996. We're back with more of the 1996 Boys Class AA Basketball Championship game. A 1-point lead for the two-time defending champion Rams, and we're back after these local messages.
In Peoria, it's halftime of the championship game in Boys Class AA, and Manual with a 1-point lead over undefeated and top-ranked Harvey Thornton, 25-24. Dan Roan and Kenny McReynolds, and well, that first half went by quickly, didn't it?
It really did, Dan. And you know, the thing that was so impressive to me is that Peoria, they had a lot of pressure on them playing at home in front of the home crowd. It took them a couple of minutes to get going, but once they got it going, they had an outstanding half, and Marcus Griffin really showed that he has that outside touch, a real nice outside touch. He's done a really nice job.
Yeah, so far the battle of the big man has gone to Griffin over Melvin Eli, but we've got a whole half to go, and that could definitely change. A one-point game here at halftime, really all we could have asked for between two teams that are almost perfectly matched, size-wise, intensity-wise, and talent-wise. Right now, it's time to hand out the 3rd and 4th place trophies from our consolation game between New Trier and Chicago Westinghouse. Let's check in with the PA announcer, Steve Adams.
Congratulations. And now will head coach Frank Grassetto and the captains of Westinghouse please step forward to receive the 3rd place trophy. And there it is, the presentation of the 3rd place trophy to Chicago Westinghouse. And congratulations to the Warriors. That concludes our awards ceremony. Congratulations to 4th place finisher New Trier and to 3rd place finisher Chicago Westinghouse.
Kenny, Jimmy Sanders was not much bigger than that trophy he was trying to carry around. He had to turn it over to Adrian Coffey there. Westinghouse, the winner in the consolation game by a bucket over New Trier in a very tightly played game. Short turnaround time, of course, for Westinghouse. They played the 2nd semifinal. I saw Frank Grassetto up in the lobby after the game, and he said, you know, back to the hotel for an hour's rest and try and grab something to eat and then come back and play this consolation game.
I think Jimmy Sanders gave it to the right. Sanders gave the trophy to the right guy. We know what Coffey can do. He's big and strong, but we also know that we have 2 outstanding teams and an outstanding second half coming up as we go to the highlights of the first half. One thing you have to say about Peoria Manual, they love to get up and down the floor. They do a great job. Look at this, a little curly kneel down there. Look at that nice whip pass. Is that nice? Gayton with a nice layup. A beautiful pass there from Sergio McClain, a beautiful no-look pass. I like the big guy. Marcus Griffin has really done a good job today. He can get down low. He can beat you from outside. When you could do like this, and he's 6'8", he has a great touch. He has a forwards touch, and he's playing center. Eric Herring comes down to bust out, pull it up, jumper, three-pointer. Eric Herring shows that he can shoot the three-pointer. Maurice Scott, nice lean-in jump shot on the baseline for 2 for Maurice Scott. As we take a look at our first half statistics, shooting for Thornton, 61%. That's not too bad. Manual, 46%, but you see Thornton only had 18 shots. They have to get more shots, and you have to get Eli more involved.
Yeah, they're short on looks, just 18 from the floor, 1 out of 6 from the line too, Kenny. And when you look at Manuel's column there, you see no free throws attempted. The Rams have not been to the foul line. Nobody in foul trouble in this game, so all of the principals should see plenty of minutes when we get this second half underway in a couple of minutes here.
Well, it really should be an interesting half as Thornton has to get more shots, and Joe Passion has Coach McClain.
Well, Wayne, give us an idea about your halftime lecture and what you want to see accomplished out here on the court this half.
Well, we want to maintain some intensity. You know, we feel good. You know, we got a 1-point lead right now, but we know we're going to be in for a long 16 minutes. They're a good ball club. We're a good ball club, so it's probably going to come right down to the wire.
All right, go get them, Coach. We look forward to it.
Thank you.
Should be a great second half, and we'll be back with that second half right after these local messages.
Back at Peoria, Carver Arena, second half set to start momentarily. 25-24 Manual on top. Two teams very familiar with each other. They met in the championship game last year in Champaign. The first title game rematch in IHSA history.
That's unbelievable. That is really incredible.
That goes back to 1913, but it's never happened before. And as we pointed out this afternoon during the semifinals, Dick Van Sciak, who took Manual to its first championship in his final year of coaching, one of the great Cinderella stories of all March Madness. Van Sciak winning the championship in his last chance. Since then, Wayne McClain took one last year, and the Rams trying to make it 3 straight here tonight.
Well, Thornton has to get more shots off. No question about that.
Trying to jam it into Eli. He made a nice catch. Couldn't get the shot, though, and Griffin had it taken away. Eli up and foul. Griffin picks up the first.
I like that. I like that. I think you have to get him involved any way you can. And they came out right off the bat trying to jam it down to Melvin Eli. That's the second foul on Marcus Griffin.
We'll see if Eli can get off here in the third quarter.
Can't get the bounce.
That's 2 for 7 from the stripe for Harvey Thornton. Dunnigan gets the start in the second half for Peoria Manual.
Don't be surprised to see the Rams attack the basket more to try to get a couple of shooting fouls, trying to drive to get to the free throw line. They didn't have a free throw attempted.
Blocking foul called there, no shot. Tim Caldwell set to trigger it in for Peoria Manual. 25-25. Frankie Williams. Trying to go up over Randall L, and he does.
Little one-on-one, Frank Williams. Had the height advantage on Randall L, took advantage of it.
Harris sneaks inside on the baseline, missed the shot. Eli battles for the rebound, but Manuel comes out of there with it.
Well, McClain is so much stronger than Eli, he just knocked the ball out of his hands.
Griffin on the block. Trying to spin on Eli. He does.
Did he walk?
Thought he did too. Got his own rebound. Scored.
Count it.
Send him up to the line.
I thought he walked twice.
Second chance basket for Marcus Griffin and a chance at a three-point play.
Let's see this again. Now he gets around. I thought he took a little extra step. He got the baseline. I thought Eli came out of his defensive position, and Eli, when he stood up, that's when Marcus Griffin went around him when he went straight up. You have to stay down in a good defensive position so you'll be able to shift and cut off that baseline.
First free throw of the game for the Rams, too hard, but Eli stepped in the lane too quick. And another free throw coming up.
Boy, that's tough if you're Rocky Hill.
Missed again. Thornton on the deck with a rebound. Herring did a good job to get it to Scott. Now, 4-point lead for Manuel now, Kenny. Their biggest lead of the game has been 5.
They want to get Eli more involved, but you can't force it to him.
Antoine Randall L has a shot spin out. Williams.
Good hand.
Scott got a hand on it, took it away. Boy, Griffin bounces out to tap that one out of bounds.
Yeah, that was good anticipation for Griffin, too. He had played good defense, saw the basketball coming, put that big hand out, and knocked the ball out of bounds.
Marcus Griffin, first team All-State, as chosen by the Associated Press. Sergio McClain, a pick on the number 2 squad.
Another block by Griffin.
I'll tell you what, Marcus Griffin has come to play tonight.
Yeah, he's putting on quite a show.
10 points in the game.
4 blocks, I think, for Marcus.
Randall L might have walked and gotten away with it.
We can hear the entire Peoria bench going walk.
McClain a hand on it, out of bounds to Peoria.
Went off Scott.
The 11th turnover for the Wildcats.
Now they're going to put on a full-court press to
Tim Caldwell right through it. 3-on-2 if they hurry.
They had the numbers.
Downstairs to Griffin, in the lane. Up and in, the rebound by Frankie Williams.
Now that's the kind of tip I was talking about earlier today, not bringing the ball down.
Herring, the good dish to Eli for the jam.
He likes that baseline. He loves to be on the baseline.
Barely beat the clock that time. Williams in the lane, good move.
Great penetration, they just let him take the lane.
What a terrific player for a sophomore. So much composure. 11 points a game, he's got 10 tonight.
He'll be an all-stater in the next 2 years, I think.
Eric Herring comes right back. McLean, nope, not getting away with it this time. Traveling call, we get a timeout. Quick check-in with Joe Passion.
Well, guys, we talked earlier at halftime about 1952 being the first year that the IHSA telecasts were televised, and this man, Rick Hawley Jr., he was the man that produced the first telecast. Last week, Rick passed away, and the Illinois High School Association, all its fans over the years, just want to say thanks. We'll be back after these local messages.
Tonight's championship telecast being brought to you by Zenith. The quality goes in before the name goes on.
Well, Melvin Eli had to get more involved. Nice pass to Eli down the baseline for the slam.
And back live, the Wildcats turn it over again. That's a dozen. Peoria with a basketball and a 4-point lead. Frankie Williams had to adjust it and knocked it in anyway.
Nice move by Williams. Boy, if he put it on the show.
Frankie Williams with 8 points in the quarter. And this is Manuel's biggest lead, 35-29. Not much happening offensively for Thornton right at this juncture. They need to get something going and get it going pretty quick.
They can't force it, though. You can't try to get it all back at one time.
Randall L., the good look from out front, and that's a three.
That's a good way to get it back. That was a good shot. They took their time. He had a good look. They comes away with the three as Thornton puts a lot of pressure on the basketball.
McLean three. It's in. Serge with a couple of trays tonight. His only baskets, in fact.
He's been relatively quiet tonight. Oh, that was a push-off.
Napoleon Harris put a hand right in Sergio's belly. Herring pulls up. Strong rebounding effort inside, but Frankie Williams knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Williams got the good inside position, actually had the basketball in his hand, just dropped it out of bounds.
Wayne McLean looks so young, it's hard to imagine that he's got a son out there, a junior. Ooh. Check it out. Another bomb by Eric Herring, who may be starting to find his stroke. Off the dribble, McLean, up and in.
The coach's son. Bad ankle and all, he's doing a great job.
I have a feeling that ankle problem hasn't crossed his mind once tonight.
I don't think so, not today. Not in a championship game.
Scott let it fly and missed it, and the ball on the floor picked up inside by Harris, and he's fouled. Napoleon Harris a chance for three. And all of a sudden the pace has really picked up.
Well, Griffin had the basketball. He has to be stronger when he rebounds, Dan. Now watch Griffin. The ball is right in his hand. All he has to do is bring it down. He lets it go right through him. Then Harris picks it up, and Griffin tries to recover. Hits him a little too late. The ball's already down. If you're going to foul him that close to the bucket, don't let him shoot it.
Free throw short.
Good
Herring
offensive rebound.
The big sequence for Thornton. They had a chance to go down by 7.
Oh, that's a good look. Wide open.
Just short on tip. No good. Harris. Look at Harris work the offensive board.
You can't give a guy 2-3 chances at a basket. You're asking for trouble. Offensive rebounding
40-39, and boy, the Thornton crowd is up and screaming. Frankie Williams knocked away by Antoine Randall. Harris grabbed it. The pass was behind him.
He couldn't catch up. He couldn't catch it up with it. I tell you what, if he makes that layup, that gives Thornton a 1-point lead, and that crowd over in the corner would go nuts. Here it is. Watch the pass by Randall is behind him, and Harris just couldn't catch up.
May have taken his eye off it as well. 40-30, Manuel by 1.
Oh, good seal by McLean.
He was up for the dunk, and he was fouled.
Oh, did he seal his man off? Great play by McLean to get open. Great seal, and McLean is so big and strong.
Get our first look tonight at Jarrell Page for Peoria Manual, 6'5" junior. Gives Griffin a blow. Griffin deserves a rest. He's had a terrific game so far tonight.
Well, with 1:40 to go, this may give Griffin this 140 plus the minute in between quarters, because he'll probably play the entire fourth quarter. So Melvin Eli takes a break also.
Both big men out. Corey Harris into the ball game for Thornton, the 6'8" sophomore. And Harris checks in with a rebound immediately. 41-39. Randall L, that's a wild one. Loose ball, Frankie Williams has it. Frankie Williams on the run. Wow, ball tipped. Williams recovers.
Yeah, it was tipped.
They start over with Caldwell. That's a three. It's in.
Boy, does he have the funniest three-point shot. Like he pushes it instead of shooting it, but it always goes in.
Oh, what a battle out front between these 2-point guards.
Oh, he had a great look. Didn't want to take it.
Harris, fade from the baseline, over the top. Battle. Manuel wins it.
Well, Corey Harris just tried to keep it alive. He couldn't get position, and he couldn't get the possession, so he just tried to tip it, but he couldn't get the ball.
You see Wayne McLean in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. One shot. 30 seconds for the third quarter. Rams by 5 with the basketball. They let the sophomore have it. That's confidence there. Frankie, shot, blocked, foul call.
The clear out for Frank Williams, too. They cleared it out of the way, let Frank go one-on-one.
Eric Herring picks up the personal foul.
You bring Melvin Eli back in with 3 seconds to go.
They don't want any rebound baskets here off the missed free throw. Herring has 3 personal fouls. He stays in. Frankie Williams, 2 shots, 61% foul shooter this year. That's about the first thing he's missed tonight.
Here's your foul. They cleared it out on the wrist. Eric Herring. If the clear out go one-on-one. Frank Williams has had a great third quarter. Why not?
Missed them both. Tip out. They're going to get a shot. McLean. Oh, no good at the buzzer. And we are 8 minutes away from crowning the state champion. Will it be Manuel or will it be Thornton? The Rams lead it by 5. And one of your network sponsors is All Sport. Championship telecast brought to you by your local Pepsi-Cola bottler and Mountain Dew. Just do the do. The winner of your slam dunk contest.
Boy, did he get up?
Competed earlier tonight between games. Seth Langley of Ottawa High School, brought to you by Denny's, and I'm telling you what, that kid has some hops.
Yeah, he got up. He got up.
He had him standing between games tonight. Manual by 5. Caldwell leans in. Caldwell got it back. Griffin over the top. McLean fouled on the way up. He'll shoot 2.
Again, McLean does such a great job of sealing his man off, then falling towards the basket. If the ball is there, he goes up for a layup. Now McLean can make his free throws.
Team foul number 5 on Thornton. Manuel has only 2.
There's Mom. She can't bear to watch it.
She doesn't have to watch. She can tell by the crowd reaction. Surge is 2 out of 3 at the line tonight.
She's not looking. You said that Wayne looks young.
No kidding.
Look at Mom.
Look at Mom. Made them both. That's better.
She can look now.
Biggest lead of the night for Manuel. Eric Herring trying to come back. Harris off the board and in. That pressure did not hurt Thornton a bit that trip.
They had a 3-on-1 break.
McLean right around Harris. Griffin on the baseline, swings it back out front. Big man on the block. Nowhere to go in a traveling call.
Had nowhere to go. Good defense by Eli. He cut off that baseline. This time he didn't come up. He stayed in good defensive stance, cut off that baseline.
And Griffin comes up a little bit gimpy. Trying to walk it off.
In the fourth quarter of a state championship game, you don't want to come out. Griffin goes to the baseline, and you see Eli cut it off. He falls down for the travel.
Herring lean and shot on the base, spins out of there. Rebound, Griffin. Six and a half to go. Manuel by 5. Rams gunning for a 3rd straight high school championship.
Look at Griffin, way away from the basket.
Gonna make him come out and play. McLean got a wing man with him. Now a double. Trying to step in. Back out front they go.
Good recognition by McLean. Not only was he doubled, then he was triple teamed. He got it right back out. Good defense also being played by Thornton. They're doing a pretty good job defensively.
3-point shot, skips over the top. Great rebound and a better pass inside.
Was that a nice quick touch pass? McLean will be at the line to shoot 2. Well, that was just a quick touch bullet pass. This is a really good pass. The shot is off. Rebound comes down. Look at that no-look pass by Griffin to McLean. And he's hit from behind by Antoine Randall. That's only 2 on Randall.
Sergio's got the nice stroke working here. He's made 3 in a row. The next foul will put Manuel under the 1-and-1 the rest of the way out. And the Rams have committed only 2.5. That could be a difference coming down the stretch. They're playing 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter, and it's 48-41. Taken away by Caldwell.
He can pick it up.
He did.
He picked it up.
Caldwell took it right away from Antoine Randall. Dunnigan. Tough bounce pass to catch, but Griffin did.
Look at Griffin saying, just take it back out. Now, Thornton has to be aware of those backdoor cuts. Whoa, look at that. That's offense.
Double foul, the
Double
call.
foul.
Don Cobb has a double foul. If we sort this out, let's send it out to Joe Passion. Joe?
Well, you know, we've been talking all weekend about how there are so many great seats, even though they may be difficult to come by. I want you to know I've been watching this whole fourth quarter from way up here, center court, and I'm telling you, there are no bad seats in the house. But we do want to make a suggestion, though, for next year's tournament. Might be a good idea now to try and order your tickets through the IHSA office in Bloomington or check with your local school. I'm going to step here for a while, guys. Back to you.
All right, Joe. Don't get hurt coming down those steps.
That's 4 fouls on Marcus Griffin.
The double foul is an alternate possession call, and that gives the ball back to Thornton. Randall L. almost went over and back there. Thornton needs a hoop. Scott didn't get it.
Oh, you had a breakaway. Frank Williams underneath the basket by himself.
McLean going to work. Page in there for Griffin. Eli ahead of the pack, missed the layup. Page knocked it out of bounds. No, Eli touched it last. Oh, what a missed opportunity for the Wildcats there.
Got to dunk those. Have to dunk that, Dan.
Coaches get a chance to talk it over with 4:01 to play in the game. It's Manual 41, 48, Thornton 41, and we're back after these local messages. Another DeKalb Scholar athlete brought to you by DeKalb, earning our way on more of your acres. Sergio McLean from Peoria Manual, 3.4 grade point average. And here's that last miss by
Melvin Eli.
I think he may be wearing down some, Kenny.
Yeah, you know, he tried the little finger roll. I think if you go in instead of finger rolling it, just bring it around and slam it through. You have a better opportunity when you slam them than when you finger roll it. Unless you're George Griffin.
Marcus Griffin stays on the bench. Manuel trying to run. Frankie Williams, look at that.
How did he control that?
Wow.
I thought he had lost the ball. This battle of the point guards at top has been great all night.
Page trying to post up inside on Eli. They don't even take a look at him. They want the ball in the hands of their more experienced players. Now Page in the corner. 5-second call, and that's why they're not throwing in the ball.
Right. He does not have a lot of experience, and I think pretty soon you might as well put Marcus Griffin in soon. He has 4 fouls, and he had 3.5 minutes to go. You can't keep him on the bench too much longer, I don't think.
Well, Page is fine when he stays down on the block. You just don't want him out in the open court.
But I think I'll go with the experience. Look at these two guys.
Wow, boy, what a battle out front. Finally a foul called. Tim Caldwell picks it up. A little too much heat on Antoine Randall L.
These two guys have really been going at it. Watch these two guys go at it. Give me that ball. Give it here. Give it here. I'll take it. Nope. A little shake and bake.
Only 14 fouls on Peoria. Herring, runner in the lane, is in. Eric Herring cuts it back to a 5-point game. 3 minutes left. And Griffin off the bench ready to check back in for Manuel. McLean off the dribble. Boy, is he tough.
Oh, he slips.
Saves possession with the timeout. May have dinged up that ankle again.
He's limping off.
He does not look good coming over to the bench. .250 to play. We'll take timeout. One of your network sponsors, Country Companies. To repeat would certainly be sweet. Peoria Manual knows the feeling. But tonight they've bid to become the second team in history to win 3 straight state championships. East St. Louis did it, Lincoln did it in 87, 88, and 89. But the Thornton fans would like to see it turn out the other way. Marcus Griffin back on for the Rams with 4 fouls. Up high they go to McLean. He missed the layup. And the rebound to Holloway and back to Eli.
Oh, you had a man wide open. They didn't see him.
2:40 left. Stripped inside. McLean with Frankie out in front. Williams laid it in.
Oh, they get the turnover, then they come out running. Frank Williams has had a great second half.
14 points in the game for the sophomore. Holloway 3, not there. Joe Passion, what do you have for us?
Just an update on Sergio McLean. It's really not his ankle. Actually pulled a calf muscle. They were trying to loosen it up on the bench. He said it's going to be all right. It'll loosen up once I get out there running. And there you see he is.
Harris comes free inside, hit the bottom of the board, but Eli laid it back in. 50-45 with 2:10 to go. Can Thornton make it happen?
Well, they have to put pressure on the basketball now.
Dunnigan circles back out front. Manuel by 5. They don't have to do anything. 1-1 coming up for Tim Caldwell.
Randall L with the foul, going for the steal. Important stat to remember, Manuel only has 14 fouls, so they have 2 to give.
Rebound!
The senior hits the first of the 1-1. He's a 66% foul shooter. This is his first trip to the line tonight. What a way for him to go out. Should the Rams hang on? 52-45. And under 2 minutes left. Ball tipped, almost stolen. Holloway, good look inside. Harris to Eli for the dunk.
Eli didn't take any chances that time, Dan. He just slammed it down.
Great look on the press. They get it to Caldwell. Safe hands with him. And now Frankie Williams with 1:40 to go.
Rams will now just spread the floor, take nothing but a layup. They don't need points. They need to run the clock. But they'll take a layup.
Sergio McLean.
I think you may have to foul him soon.
Under 1.5 minutes. Frankie Williams fouled by Eric Herring.
Thornton didn't have much choice. They had to stop the clock. You need that clock to stop. Now, if Manuel three-peats, I'm sure they have T-shirts already made. Does Pat Riley get a cut?
I don't think he needs the money.
He has it padded on the three-peat.
Frankie Williams. Another brick in the wall for an outstanding performance by this sophomore. Repeat champions, not all that uncommon in the last 10 years or so. 4 teams accounting for all the championships, and Manuel apparently on its way to another one tonight. 7-point lead, 1:20 to go. Randall L penetrates out of bounds to Manuel.
Manuel's ball.
A lot of contact, no whistle.
Referees letting the kids decide it. Look for throwing the foul right away. Foul him right away. Why are they waiting?
Dunnigan gonna pull it back out. McLean.
Why are they waiting?
Dunnigan coming back out again.
I don't understand. Why are they waiting so long?
Under 1 minute. And finally we get a foul. Frankie Williams to the line. You can hear the crowd. Manuel smells it.
There's your three-peat.
We'll get a timeout before these free throws. 55 seconds away from the finish in Peoria. One of your network sponsors is Ford. Dan Ronan, Kenny McReynolds back at Carver Arena in Peoria, where Emmanuel High School is trying to put the wrap on a third consecutive state championship. Frankie Williams to shoot 2 free throws with 55.6 to go, and the Rams hanging on to a 7-point lead.
Dan, I thought it would be very, very difficult. I've said it all along to beat the Rams on this floor in their hometown.
Thornton seeing its dreams of an undefeated season and a state championship go by the board, but both free throws kick out. Holloway got to hit that 3. Big man rebound.
I think Holloway should have just went in for the 2. He had the easy path to the basket. I mean, you know you need the points, and you want to get 3 instead of 2, but he had an easy path right to the basket. He had a layup. He decided to take the 3. In that situation only, I would have taken the 2. See, now here's the loose rebound, little contact there. These guys, they don't quit playing.
Tim Caldwell, 2 for 2 at the stripe tonight. Not there this time. The lead is 8. Harris.
Need to put it up.
Got to let it go. Holloway, good look inside, up and in for Harris.
Timeout.
They didn't call it, but a foul instead. Was it Herring or Randall L? We'll have to check and see.
Why didn't they call a timeout?
I don't know, they have 4 left. This Manuel rushed the ball in bounds too quickly. Foul is on Eric Herring, and he's fouled out.
Eric Herring has played a great game. Now, let's see, he tried to call a timeout.
Well, he called it in plenty of time.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
The referees must not have saw it. The referees have to recognize it. He can call it all he wants, but the referees have to see it.
Well, Rocky Hill with hands on his hips down there, now his arms folded, not happy with that. 2 shots for Sergio McLean. Rams have missed 4 of their last 5 free throws. Otherwise, this game would be over. Missed another. 30 seconds left. It's a 2-possession game.
Look for Napoleon Harris. He's had the hot hand
Great
today.
catch by Harris. Eli in the paint, trying to go back outside. They need a 3, really, but it's up and in for 2. And a quick timeout. This time they get it. Harris with 16 points in the game.
Harris also had a pretty good game against Westinghouse.
He's played very
well down here. Here's that last basket again. Good look. Harris on the baseline goes up. Gets it in. Now this time they get the timeout. And then you notice Melvin Eli kind of cleared the path.
Here's Rocky Hill. Let's check in with him.
Hey, you can drape yourself all over. We found big deal. Okay? Don't let him get in. We scored the whole timeout. All right? Hey, spot up the 3. You spot up the 3. You spot up the 3. All right? Hey, slap got to be a slap foul now. All right? Go for the ball. Go for the ball.
Got 2 timeouts. Yeah.
It's plenty of time, fellas. It's plenty of time. All right? You got to believe. Yo, believe. Come on now. Go. Put your heart out there, baby. Put it out there, man. Come on, man. Take deep, man. Take deep, man.
Up here. Not even going to say up here. Frank, you're right here with Sergio. Right there. But Tim, you are here. Let's go get it. So it's up here. And then it can set a good pick. Now, don't force it. It's not there. Don't force it. No, Mark is up pick and right there. Now, you got it right. How many timeouts we got?
Timeout situation is this: Manual with 3 left and Thornton with 2.
Well, it's not over yet. They really need a good defensive stop here. Don't let him get it in. They had to foul him right away. They're wasting too much time.
They get it up court 3-on-1. They're going to go for it.
Yep.
McLean.
There it is.
That's
That should
it.
do it. That'll do it.
Sergio McLean put the lid on it.
That's fitting. The coach's son.
Randall L. shot no good. Clock ticking down. And Peoria wins again.
The three-peat.
Wayne McLean's wife,
she's
Sergio's mom, smile on her face, not afraid to look now.
Hey, the baby could care less.
That's the only person not on his feet.
The three-peat is in
the building tonight. 57-51. Peoria Manual becomes the second team in state tournament history to win it 3 in a row. Joe Passion.
Well, we've got a very happy, and for all the obvious reasons, congratulations, Wayne. A three-peat, tying the record East St. Louis Lincoln set back in the late 80s. How did you do it?
Hey, I'm overwhelmed. I did it because I got a bunch of good athletes that make me look good, a great coaching staff. Westy, come up here, man, you guys. Westy, Coach Westy, he's been with me. We came in here together, and I always say this, behind every good leader, you got to have a good assistant. I got him, Tim Kinney, Coach Lee, Coach Smith, Dane, all these guys have done so great job. These kids have worked so hard for us. They've worked hard. And I'm overwhelmed. I could never believe that we could be here today.
Well, Frankie Williams, our player of the game, and congratulations once again, twice already in this tournament. Tell us a little bit again, you got the hot hand, you started taking things over there.
Well, I didn't want to let our seniors go out with no win, so, and this day house, so I picked myself up, got my act together, got the game over with.
Congratulations. One more comment again, Wayne. The fact that you got 3 in a row, you knew all the pressure that was coming in, a great team like Thornton. What does this tell you about the program and the fact that these kids are so young, you could be back here again?
Well, first of all, I got to give Thornton a lot of credit. Coming in here, I thought that was a huge mountain. You know, they play so well, they're so organized, and Rocky does such a good job. You know, I had a little apprehension, feelings coming in here. But our kids have done everything. You know, we're in that gym during July and June, 110, 120 degrees, and I'm not easy to get along with. And they've given me the reins and stuck by us, and this is the benefits of it. I'm overwhelmed because they have done such a good job. It's not me, it's not anything I've done, it's all about them.
Congratulations, Coach. You all deserved it. Westy, everybody, a great job again. Peoria Manual reigns for the three-peat, champions of Illinois basketball in boys Class AA. Hang with us. We're coming back for the trophy presentations and much more from America's original March Madness after these messages.
Now the American Dairy play of the game, brought to you by the dairy farm families of Illinois and Wisconsin. Sergio McLean on the rip, Kenny.
Boy, they do a great job. They do such an outstanding job on the bust out, running down. Frankie Williams with the bucket. The three-peat is in.
We'll break away one more time and come back and pick it up with the championship presentation right after these local messages.
Troy Jackson. Assistant coach, Roger Torella. Assistant coach, Edgar Anderson. Assistant coach, Jeff Haynes. Team manager, Ed Bloom. And now here are the players. First, number 10, Taman Holloway. Number 11, Antoine Randall L. Number 12, Denard Eves. Number 15, Thomas Crosby. Number 22, Jermaine Hampton. Number 23, Maurice Scott. Number 24, Larry McCarron. Number 31, Norman Smith. Number 32, Napoleon Harris. Number 33, Melvin Eli. Number 34, Dorian Hayes. Number 42, Kishan Morgan Bell. Number 44, Eric Herring. And number 54, Corey Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wildcats of Thornton Township High School of Harvey. And now, at this time, let's meet the Rams of Peoria Manual, who finished the season in first place with a final record of 31-2. Here is the principal of Manual High School, Mr. Sanford Farkish. The athletic director, Mike Hampton. The head coach of the Rams, with his second consecutive state title, Wayne McLean. Assistant coach, Chuck Westendorf. Assistant coach, Tim Kinney. Assistant coach, Fred Lee. And now here are the players. First, number 10, Khalil Gayton. Number 12, Marshall Dunnigan. Number 14, Creston Coleman. Number 20, Drake Ford. Number 22, Charles Russell. Number 24, Felix Abner. Number 30, Frankie Williams. Number 32, Tim Caldwell. Number 34, Marlon Brooks. Number 40, Sergio McLean. Number 42, Robert Johnson. Number 44, Seneca Davis. Number 50, Alex Stevens. Number 52, Marcus Griffin. Number 54, Gerald Page. And the team manager, Sydney South. And now for the trophy presentations. First, will head coach Rocky Hill and the captains of Thornton Township High School please step forward to receive the second place trophy. And there it is, the presentation of the second place trophy to the Thornton Wildcats. Congratulations, Thornton Township High School. And now, will Coach Wayne McLean and the captains of Manual High School please step forward to receive the state championship trophy. And there it is, the presentation of the state championship trophy for the third consecutive year to Peoria Manual. Congratulations to Manual High School of Peoria, state champions in Class AA.
Welcome back here. You've seen the trophy presentations, and even though we only have a few minutes, even the fireworks are going off. Kenny, what stands out most for you during the tournament, other than your little fall there behind the booth?
Well, I tell you what, I just think the T-shirt says it all. Back to back to back, Peoria Manual. What else can I say?
Dan, how about you?
I think the fireworks went off a half an hour ago, Joe. Terrific final, terrific performance by both teams. And don't be a bit surprised if you see the same two teams right back here again next year playing for the championship again.
Very much so. I'm right on the same page with you, Dan. Great job again, Kenny. Dan, you're the best. You know that. And we had a great time here. The new experience of March Madness in Peoria. First time out, pretty good success story altogether. So for Kenny, Dan, our roving reporter, Kevin Johnson, as well as Lee Hall, I'm Joe Passion saying so long this year. We'll see you back next year. But we leave you with some great highlights, some great music, and a great poem of America's original March Madness. Good night, everyone.
America's original March